Hello everybody and welcome to something a little bit new, where today we'll be showing off every single Etherian in Monsters of Etheria. Now I was debating whether or not to do this for a My Collection video, but I decided we're just going to make this every Etherian video. So I have every single Etherian in this game, and I'm a champion in this game. Legitimately, I was a top like 2000 in this game. So that's cool. I like this game a lot. This is by the original creator of Brick Bronze. I think it was made by Ugly Poe. I don't know which one he made, but he made one of those Pokemon games that got taken down. So now he made this game, and it's much better because it has a ton of original ideas. So we're just gonna slowly go down this list of amazing, cool new Etherians, and yeah, we're gonna show them all off. So we're gonna start off with Terrot, and now he has like a different skin on because obviously, so I'm gonna switch them all to their normal skins and take off my fancy skin. So not going into like competitive type stuff or anything, but let's actually see what type he is. So he is a Terra Grass type. He's weak to Ice, Bug, Cosmic, Fighting, and Metal. He resists Electric, Basic, and Light. Let's see, we made this one male. We can change his abilities with these ability orbs. We'll see. Monster's defensive stat double when it's asleep and wakes up sooner is resting. And hardening, take recoil. Opponents take recoil damage from contact moves through this monster's hard body. That's much better. So I'll actually, yeah, I have a ton of those orbs. I never knew how to use those, so give me hardened. Let's see, and the class is regular. I don't know what classes are, so that's great. Its sensitive roots can detect the slightest of vibrations from miles away, can blend in with its landscape instantly to escape detection. So that's cool. Start off with Terrot. He's like a something type. I can't remember. I'll actually go into detail what type there are, but this is what he looks like. He's a little grass boy with little tendrils coming out. Jumps around, you know. And now we're gonna mutate into Geminirt at level 20, like so. And this is what this video is. I'm just gonna show you all of them. So now he looks like this. He's much scarier, as you can see here. So that's just great. And yep, this is what it is. Now I went to audio, and I think I just turned like everything off. Yeah. So I don't know if there's like I just turned everything off. So yeah, next up is Gaiarth at level 45. As you can see, I barely make that. And he's now just a giant mold of earth with a giant tree in his back. He's like a retail Torterra, which I really like. It looks pretty cool. He's really cool. I like him a lot. But this is how he looks. He looks great, and I like him quite a bit. But we're really just going over how they look. Next up is Kindite, so we're going to take off that skin. Traits. Born from magma, its body is constantly on fire. It must stay close to a heat source, or else it starts to solidify. Let's see. Weaknesses: Terra, water and wind. Resistances: bug, fire, grass, ice, and metal. Okay. See, flame shield and fiery spirits locked. So let's see what flame shield does. Less damage from water type attacks, but more damage from fire type attack. Okay, and fiery spirit. Burns caused by this monster last longer. I think I'll keep flame shield actually. And yeah, okay. Alright, pretty basic. Let's go ahead and actually use Kindite. Is that your name? Kindite or Kindite? Oh no, I don't want to be here. I'll run away now. And yeah, you can see that I actually have the actual legit champion title. And got a ton of like titles here and everything. I got a few of them. A lot of them are from prestiging, so I'm not too big a fan of that, because it's like prestige is a lot of stuff, right? Like, goodness gracious. But let's go ahead, and you see here he just looks like, oh goodness, I think his model actually changed, because now he's like, oof, what happened to you? Your texture is showing. But let's go ahead and evolve into Sizzlit. Oh my god, that art is beautiful, very cute. Let's go and evolve, and now we look like this. And his thing is like still showing. One good thing to know about fire types is that in the lava they don't take damage or anything, so that's really cool. But we look like this. We're like a flying flame wisp basically. So we look really nice like this. We need to stay near the fire actually, because we're gonna solidify if we don't. So then we look like this. We got our idle animation like that. And we're gonna go and mutate again to Magmantle. Looks like a little devil. Go ahead and do this. And now we look like this, you know. Much cooler, more devilish, you know. Very scary little boy. So this is what he looks like. Yeah. Oh, he like grasped his hand like, I'm gonna get you. Do that again, please. I'm gonna stand still. And I don't know why his texture is showing. His jumping animation is just whatever. So that's pretty cool. Go ahead and go on to next, which is a Ribbomb. Oh, he's funny. The clown skin. Who could forget you? Let's go ahead and switch that off. All right. And let's see here, where was it? Is it in here? Here it is. The height of its high jump are aided by its floating bomb balloons. Ribbomb marks its territory by tying discarded bomb balloons to trees near its nest. Weaknesses: electric, psychic, terra. Resistances: bug, fighting, fire, ice, metal, and water. Vapor guard. The monster takes less damage from grass type attacks, more damage from water type attacks. That's kind of useless, okay. Toxin casing. Explosive attacks have a chance to inflict poison. Yeah, give me that. Oh, I can't actually get that. It's got a lock on it. Okay, I don't even have that yet. I don't know how to unlock that. That's okay. Interesting. So, alrighty then. Okay, let's go ahead and play as him. And he, I believe, does not actually have... Oh, he does have an evolution. I was going to say, I don't think he has an evolution, but he does. So, he looks like this. He's just a frog with balloons. He's nothing too special. And he doesn't actually have a high jump, even though it says he does. I would have liked it if he had, like a little upsy-daisy type thing, but he does not. But let's go ahead and mutate into Frodiary at level 32. Oh, he's giving you a gift. That's totally not going to blow up in your face like the hit move present. Oh, no. Let's leave. So we walk around with this little present right here. It's a good thing we outspeed you. Oh, wow, we outspeed you by a lot. Yeah, you're not catching up to us anytime soon. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Let's head into the safe zone. And, yeah, so we just walk around holding this present like this and hold it up to you like, hey, we got a present for you. Please open it. And the moment that you open this present, buddy, ooh, baby, you go boomsy daisy. Look at this. Yeah, a present. Drop it. So, he's very cute like this, but next up is Detoadnate. Oh, he turns to a cool frog like those 4 frogs. What are their names? I don't remember. But those like, I don't remember. What are they? The Toad Fighters or something? It was a very old game. And an old show, I believe, too. But this is what he looks like. I think he's frozen because they haven't moved yet. There we go. He juggles around these little bombs. As you can see, I don't use this guy a lot because he doesn't have a moveset yet. But this is what he looks like. He's pretty cool. You know, he's got the bombs, he's got the glasses, and he does remind me of those old Toads. But yeah, pretty cool. You know, nothing too crazy. And let's see. Next up is Box. Oh God, next up is Boxling. This guy's level 100, obviously. Let's see. It constantly cowers in fear, avoiding other Etherians by pretending to be a cardboard box. It stays away from water in fear of its cardboard becoming soggy. Weak to fighting, resistant to ghost. Its ability is timid, getting damaged by physical attack may raise this monster's speed temporarily, and flimsy mass. By hiding its face, the monster takes less damage from light type attacks. Both of these abilities are kind of stinky, so I don't really care too much to change them, but let's go ahead and play with the Boxling. So, he's just a box, and there's not much to him right now. Again, like, he's literally just a box. As you can see here, there's nothing too crazy to him. He's just kind of sitting here, darting his eyes around. If he gets hit, he cowers in fear, you know, runs away like, oh, I'm so scared. Look at him, looking around, scared, fearing. But if we evolve, we'll turn into Broxl at level 45, like so, and this is where he gets serious. Yeah, look at him. Yeah, he's a little bit angry now. Yeah, he turns into a boxer. Oh, Makunochi Ippo out here. Dempsey roll. But like this, he gets all brawned up and angry. So when he's like this, he gets the elemental punches, as you can see here, which makes him a lot better. But I just gave him Celebrate because I thought it'd be funny. It's not a good move. It's like that one move. I forgot what it is, but it's just a little celebration. That's all it is. So it's kind of like a joke move, but that's Boxling. Let's see who is next on the list. Oh, Oinkoin. Okay. Turn off exotic. I think you might have another one. Oh, you don't. That's right. You just got reworked. It hoards coins of every variety within its body. Rarely, one will fall over and shatter, though each individual fragment will retain the ability to move. You're weak to fighting, fire, terror, water. You're resistant to basic, cosmic, dragon, or grass. You're a metal type. Hardened, recoil damage from contact moves due to the monster's hard body, or fortune, increased critical hit chance of full health. Hardened, please. What? That's easy choice. You have that stuff under you now. He used to not have this little like dirt on him, but he is a little piggy bank, obviously, as you can see here. He's very similar to that one toy from Toy Story, but I believe he should have an animation of like the coins coming out of his bank. Maybe that's only when I'm jumping. There it is. Yeah, like ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. I have money in me. I'm made of gold, baby. But if we mutate, we'll turn into Moneyhog, where we're just a money bag instead of a piggy bank, like so. And like this, as you can see, we've got the dollar bills coming out of us and flying back in. Oh yeah, we did get changed actually. We got the dollar bills. Look at this, cha-ching, cha-ching. And yeah, that's pretty good, right? We've got a serious upgrade here, right? But we can actually go even further at level 50 and turn to Swinance and turn into a literal safe of cash and dollars. So like this, we are, oh, we're made of so much money. Look at this, look at us, bro. Golden tusks, gold bars flowing around us and into us, bro. Amazing upgrade, I must say. I simply must say. But that's it for Oinkoin. And we looked at Boxling, so now we'll look at Iraspers, because that's what we're going over now. Weak to fighting, water Terra, resistant to electric, basic, poison, wind dragon. You're a Terra metal type, and you can only have hardened right now, which just is the recoil thing. Yep. Let's go ahead and use Irasper, like so. Oh my goodness, tight. He showed up twice? Okay. But he looks like this. He's like a stabby boy. I think at one point he was the main like show Etherian for the game, but he looks like this. He's gonna stab you with those little crystals on his hand. Does he have an idle animation? I don't know. He's not really doing anything. He's just looking around. We jump like this. And if we mutate, we'll turn to Golsper, who has thorny type things, level 35. His things remind me of Meta Knight swords instead, because he's got those like barbs. But this is actually his only evolution. He does a little jab forward. So he's alright, I guess. He has Earthquake for some reason. I guess I gave it to him for like a task or something at the time, but that's it. But now we've got the good one. Now, Cryoball is probably my favorite Etherian in this game, so this is great. It eats up to 50% of its body weight in snow daily. It finds trouble maintaining balance with its round body and short limbs, and Cryoball can commonly be seen rolling down snowbanks as a result. You're weak to fighting, fire, metal, terra, and you're resistant to ice and water. You've got Icy Gaze, which damage-dealing ice-type attacks may also lower the opponent's speed temporarily, and Resting. Defensive stat doubles when it's asleep, and it wakes up sooner. I should give you Resting, because when he evolves, I actually get a, I gave him a rest-type move. I gave him Slack Off, I think, so I'll give him Resting. Now we'll turn to Cryoball. So this is how he looks. He does a little Naruto run. He's a very cute Etherean. I love him quite a bit, but let's go and see if he has an idle animation. I don't know if he does, but it's really hard to tell because they could just kind of sit there for a little bit, and then I think that was it, where he just kind of sat there and rolled his arms back and forth like that. Yeah. But now we'll mutate at level 40 to Cryoclops. Look at that. How can you say no to that face? Like, come on. He's so cute. And now we turn to this guy, who's just amazing. I love him. Like, bro. Now, what was really important to point out that I didn't, but I can still point out here, is that when they jump, they tuck all their limbs in. So that's great. But I use Slack Off. I actually can't because I'm at full HP, but as you see, Slack Off with Resting is pretty good. And you get this guy by these snowballs right here. I'm not going to tell you how to get all of them because, like, that would take way too much time and everything, and that could be in its own video and everything. So, yeah. Next up is Warzerd. I don't know, this guy, he's literally Wargreymon, honestly. Taking pride in battle, it proudly wears the skull of its first successful kill. Warzerd's claws effortlessly tear through opponents, rarely missing a blow. Dragon fighting, so this is probably the first dragon type we're gonna get. You're weak to dragon, fighting, ice, light, and psychic. You're resistant to dark, electric, fire, grass. You get bloodlust, that's the only ability you can get. Boost attack by 1 stage temporarily upon defeating an opponent, so it's basically Moxie. So, decent. Let's go and use you. This is how you look. You're like, ha, yes, quite. Jump. Animation, literally Super Mario over here, does a little punch. And that's literally Warzerd because he doesn't evolve. There's nothing really great about him. Then we've got Eletoid. This guy is alright. He kind of reminds me of like Frisk with the heart in the middle. Eletoid is theorized to be the lost soul of another creature. It is known as a shy Etherian, constantly grasping a hold of the exposed soul in its torso, a reminder of the now tarnished life it has. Weaknesses: Dark, Ghost, Psychic, Terra, Basic. Resistances: Basic, Fighting, Electric, Metal, Poison, and he's Electric Ghost type. He's got Hover, hovers above the ground, allowing it to avoid Terra type attacks, so he's just immune to it, so that's Levitate. Volt Up, paralysis caused by this much lasts longer, so the Hover, obviously, for now, and Optimism, which we can't get yet. And, yeah, let's go ahead and use you. You get this guy by, like, yeah, we go here, and then at night, his soul will fly by, and you gotta catch one of those, but this is how he looks. See if he does anything. He takes out his soul, stabs it, I guess. And now we actually have a few choices where we can turn to Ghourien, which we'll do for... Actually, I'll do Electris first. So let's mutate to Electris, like so. Electris is this kind of like timid one that can kind of change its face up and down like this. Little kind of like, kind of reminds me of a Chow, honestly, from Sonic. But, yep, this is what Electris does. Kind of, whoa, you know, whatever. And now we have to go back and pick Eletoid again so that we can evolve into the other variation, being Ghourien, like so. And Ghourien is this kind of like deadish gas type person that's kind of phasing into now reality, so he's really cool. I like him more. He's my preferred one, but as you see, they both have the same moveset, so that's good, I guess, since you can kind of save some orbs on that. But next up is Jardrix, who is, I don't like spiders, but Jardrix is alright in my book, so we'll keep that. Let's see here. Its sensitive body must stay within its jar to survive. Despite appearing to be made of glass, its jar casing manages to protect against many hits and blows. You're weak to fire, ice, psychic, terror, and you resist grass, bug, dark, fighting, poison. You're a bug poison type, and you can only have timid right now, so we'll deal with that. Let's go ahead and play with Jardrix. Jardrix does not have any evolutions. Oh no, you do now. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. Oh, that art scares me. Alright. So, as you see here, it's just a little spider in a bottle, something too crazy. Its idle animation, I don't think really does anything. He's just kind of sitting here vibing, minding his own existence, you know. Nothing crazy is happening here. And yeah, now we're going to go and turn to Jarantula, which is hopefully not going to be too scary. Oh, Lord. Alright, well, now we're going to get somewhere with more light, I guess. Oh, it's terrifying. I hate it. Alright, well, do your idle animation so I can leave. Jardrix on its own is fine. Jarantula, I don't vibe with Jarantula at all. I hate Jarantula. Okay, you don't have an idle animation, so I'm leaving. Goodbye. Oh, Jarantula scares me. And we got Watchbot, who I believe you actually have to make yourself, too, so that's great. It scans areas for possible threats before making a move. It can process visual stimuli 4 times faster than that of an explorer. Its weaknesses is terra, fighting, water, metal, basic, cosmic, dragon, electric, grass, ice, poison, wind. Got a lot of resistances. And you're weak to metal and electric. And obviously your lock skill is hover, because that makes a lot of sense because you're weak to terra by a lot. So if you got hover, that'd be a really good ability to have, but yeah, let's go ahead and use Watchbot now. Spawn's down here, which is pretty good spawn, but this is what he looks like. Let's see if he died in idle animation. Come on, do something cool. It's like I'm literally pointing a camera at like small children, like, do something cool. Do something cool for the camera. Come on, do it. But no, they don't do anything, so we'll turn into Roboneer at level 30. Oh, he waves. Isn't that cute? And this is Roboneer. Now he's got a gun. He kind of flies around like a spaceman. Isn't that cute? You gonna shoot your gun or something, you nerd? He's waving his arms, aiming it. Okay, I guess that's it, huh? Let's wait and see if he does it again, though. Okay, yeah, he does. So that's his idle animation. And then last we evolve into Raditron, who gets a giant saw and a better gun. So he becomes basically an extermination drone, like sticking Metaton. Like, I was programmed to destroy humans, you know. That doesn't mean they were ever removed, just because I'm a cool little show drone now. But this is how he looks. He's very cool. So he's cool. I like this guy a lot, but I don't use him too much because I have Cryoball, who's just very cute. So, next up is, Eidlon. Its sharp tail aids it in anchoring to walls and other surfaces. Eidlon can typically be seen covering the entire ceiling of caves, and if threatened, will all drop at once and ambush the intruder. You are bug metal type. You're weak to fire, fighting, terror, water, uses grass, basic, cosmic, dark, dragon, metal, poison, wind. You've got drowsy, which makes sleep longer, and curse. Damage dealing attacks have a chance to lower a random stat of the opponent by 1 stage temporarily, so we can give you curse, because that's obviously better. I don't wanna be asleep longer. That stinks. That's a terrible ability to have. So let's do that. And I almost mutated right away in instinct, so let's go ahead and sit here and see if Eidlon does anything cool. He's kind of a little sad boy, you know. He's just trying to live his best life, but he just can't, you know. He's just sad. I don't think he's doing anything. He's just kind of sitting here. Maybe it's something with his tail. Just kind of waving back and forth. So let's turn to Aralon, level something. I didn't see it right away, to be honest. And now we've got this thing. He's much angrier now, a little bit more hostile. He reminds me of those murder drones from that Glitch Productions thing. So, he holds the ball and firmly grasps. Oof. I thought that was a entropy orb, to be honest with you. I completely forgot. That's also how you get them, I'm pretty sure, so that's funny. Oh god, Mabiki. Uh-oh. So Mabiki, right? This is the only prestige I'm gonna show you. Yeah. What? I did say I spent a lot of time on this game, so, yeah. Anyway, Mabiki forms tribes and assigns each member a different role. Wars between clans are common, ending only when one side surrenders or when one side is completely destroyed. He's only a grass type. He's weak to bug, fire, ice, poison, wind. He's resistant to electric, grass, light, terror, and water. Oversize. Attacks against taller opponents deal more damage. Bloodlust. Boost attack by 1 stage temporarily upon defeating an opponent. Amabiken. A tribal spirit flows within you. This currently has no effect. Well, this is useless, but I kind of want it, but I'll just keep oversized for now. So, yeah. We're going to use Mabiki, and we're going to be coming back to Mabiki a lot, because Mabiki, as he says, assigns different roles to his members, so we actually have a ton of evolutions to pick from. But our animation is kind of looking back and forth while holding our stick. We got Mabiki Warrior, Shaman, Archer, Defender, and yeah, so we're going to use Warrior first. Just like this. And as you see, now we're a warrior. Personally, I go with Shaman, I think. But yeah, we do that, do our little stabby, and that's the Shaman. Now we're gonna go for Mabiki, whatever is after warrior. So yeah, we're playing the roles, bro. Mabiki warrior. Now we're gonna go Shaman. This is the one I usually pick. So this one's actually gonna have a good move set. So here we are, we're Mabiki Shaman. We go oogity boogity. I'm going to summon a curse on you, oogity boogity. This is my good Mabiki, okay? This is the goated Mabiki, alright? I would destroy people with this Mabiki. We go, you know, stuff like that. But we just do the oogity boogie thing that you saw at the start, but now I believe the last one's Archer or Defender. I think there might be Archer and Defender. Let's see. Archer and... yeah, it was Archer and Defender, so let's go ahead and go Archer first. Archer might also have a moveset, to be honest. It does. Because Archer's kind of interested me for a little bit, so I picked Archer for somewhat. And used just a tidbit of Archer, okay? The bow's pretty cool. See if you have any idle animation. Yeah, you can kind of look around with your bow. Alright, nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy. Go ahead and pick Mabiki again. And then we'll go ahead and pick the Defender. Just like this. And now we're going to have a big old shield. We're going to... what are we going to do, Mabiki? Ooh, hold our shield real close. Ooh, ooga chaka, ooga chaka. And after Mabiki is going to be Kung Fu. Let's see. Despite its well-developed legs, it prefers punching to kicking. Its tail fist can throw punches faster than the eye can see. You're weak to fighting, psychic, and resist dark and metal. Defensive stance. The monster takes less damage from punches. So, pretty alright, I guess. Means you're a boxer. Yeah, okay. I vibe with it. So, this is how he looks. He's got punchy punchies. Does a little brush barrage with his tail fists. And then we'll evolve him to Kangarate at 45. This is his only evolution. He's got spiky fists now. Looks like he does a wind-up for his animation. So if we could just see that again, that'd be great. He does like a wind-up punch, like spin, 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 and then punch. So, yep, there he goes. Oh, no, he puts his fist forward and then does a little rush barrage with the tails again. My god, he's Jotaro. Oh, no. So there's Kung Fu. Next up is going to be Spectrability. Okay, I don't have the spectral skill. It can be seen gaining people's attention by using card tricks. In reality, it uses its psychic power to put them in a trance and steals their valuables while they're in this state. It is a ghost type that is weak to dark, ghost, light, psychic, and resists basic, fighting, and poison. It has luck of the draw, landing a critical hit slightly heals its monster, and conjuring rights, which we don't have access to. So that's great. Go ahead and actually use spectral ability. I don't know what's wrong with the, things. I think it's because this game hasn't been updated in a while, so I probably shouldn't be doing this video, but here I am. So, there he is with his cards, and he's got a knife. I'm pretty sure with his animation he does something just with the cards, kind of makes them fly around or something, but we'll find out in a second, won't we, Spectrability? Because you're going to do the animation for me, right? Right, Spectrability? You're going to do the animation for me, right? I don't know if he has an animation or not. Because again, the things got all changed up because the game hasn't been updated in a while, and that's probably why the other ones haven't been animated, but yeah, okay. Alright, fair enough. I guess I'll just go ahead and mutate into Lock Spectre at level 70. So, let's go ahead and do that. Nope. And now I am a freaking mage. Look at me and my cool cards. And as you see, I've got a staff in my knife now. So I'm a little bit schnastier now, looking a lot better than I did before. So with this, I don't have an idle animation either. Oh. Alright, on to the next one, I suppose. So after Spectrability is going to be Salabinder. Oh god, Salabinder brought me pain, right? Yeah. Salabinder's annoying. Traits. It shoots water out of its mouth with the precision of a sniper rifle. Though it can venture onto land, it must return to the ocean to hydrate itself and refill its water supply. Water dragon type, weak to dragon, light, and poison. Resistant to fire, water, metal, and terra. You've got Blinded. The monster has an increased chance of area damage. You got Vapor Guard, less damage from grass type attacks, but more damage from water type attacks. And Resting. So, okay. Salabinder's really, really annoying. So, let's go ahead and use Salabinder. So, Salabinder is like this little... I don't know what he is, to be honest. Like a slug or something? I don't know. But he's got no eyes. He looks around for his idle animation, even though he has no eyes. And at level 50, he evolves into Hyd-dra. Hyd-dra. Which is this thing. And for this guy, he's got eyes on his little arms. And he uses those to look around, I suppose. Even though right now he's just looking into my freaking soul. He can do anything? I think his animation might just be his tongue moving, so... Okay, then. Yeah. There's Salabinder and Hyd-dra. Next up is Porygon, who also brought me a significant amount of pain, because some of these guys just took a really long time to level up to get to their evolution, so Porygon is here. Oh, I messed up, actually. Hold on. Well, let's go back to Salabinder. And now we're going to talk about Porygon. So let's go to traits. Dragon Poison, weak to Dragon, Ice, Light, and Psychic. And resist Grass, Bug, Electric, Fighting, Fire, Poison, Water. Got Toxic Gaze, which lowers Poison, and Bloodlust. So, alright, now let's go to Porygon. Alright, so here's Porygon, little snake, does whatever. What's your idle animation, if you even have one? Gonna wait for like a few seconds before I decide, alright, you don't have an idle animation. And I think since you're a poison type, actually, you can go into like that sewer stuff over there. But at level 60, you turn to Scrimra. So let's go ahead and do this. And now we're this giant like Hydra thing that goes Rah! So this is a really cool one, but again, I don't use this one too much. I think these moves are pretty default, but yeah, this is a really cool Therian. I like them a decent amount. So next up is Behero, who reminds me of Kabu from Bug Fables. It practices its combat skills by striking trees with punches and headbutts. Though it is still weak, it tries its best to ward off those who pick on other Therians. So yeah, reminds me a lot of Kabu from Bug Fables. Weaknesses: Fighting, Fire, Ice, Psychic. Resistance is Dark, Grass, and Metal. Bug Fighting type. We got Timid and Sticky, so these are both pretty good. If he gets damaged, he may raise speed, or Sticky, when he gets damaged, he lowers the opponent's speed. I'll give him Sticky, because that seems better. So let's go and use Behero, just like so. And his animation is stabbing with his horn, just like that, as you saw there temporarily. If you could do that one more time, that'd be great. I saw you do it, please do it again. Please, please, come on. No, not gonna do it. That's tough. Alright, so level 35 would turn to Behero. He did it while I had the thing up, of course he did. But now he can fly around like this, temporarily, I guess. You know, like in the animation as if he is flying, but he's not. But when he's like this, he's a lot bigger, more like battle ready, I guess. And he does the big strike instead of the little strike, which is really cool. And yeah, he really does just remind me a lot of Kabu from Bug Fables. If you haven't played Bug Fables, I would really recommend it. It is a phenomenal game. But after that is Munstorm, who I believe is actually the fastest Etherian in the entire game. It whips up sand to cloak itself from enemies. If forced to engage in combat, Munstorm can spin fast enough to create a dust devil to attack with. Is it Terra Ghost type? It is weak to Cosmic, Dark, Ghost, Grass, Ice, Light, Metal, Psychic, and Water. And it resists basic, Electric, Fighting, Poison, Fire, and Wind. And it has Curse. Damage dealing attacks have a chance to lower random stat. Wow. Alright, so let's use Munstorm, who again, I believe is the fastest monster Etherian in the game. So our walking animation is this. The little thing is under us will go. And our L animation is falling out of our little tornado, getting back up, and then jumping back in it. And then when we evolve at level 60, we'll turn to Theraville, just like so. And now, when we're like this, we are a much bigger threat now because our speed stat is like, 58, and we can learn Rock Polish and stuff like that. And we can just go so fast. And you can learn like agility and stuff too. And this is fast. Also, Pharaohs are just cool. I like Pharaohs a lot, so this guy's good in my book. So after that is Lulafairy. It hangs itself from trees and spends most of its time sleeping. Those who come in contact with Lulafairy are blessed with the most peaceful of dreams. Light, Cosmic type. Weaknesses: Dark, Cosmic, Grass, Psychic, resistant to Dragon, Electric, Fighting, Ghost, Ice, Terra, Wind. I think this is the first Cosmic type. And you've got Hover, so that's nice. And I think this is your first Cosmic type, but also this thing kind of stinks, because, like, it doesn't evolve, and this is just what it looks like, so it's like, cool, I guess. But yeah, there's Lilifairy. That's literally it. That's Lilifairy, everybody. Bye. So after Lilifairy is Spookums. Oh god, Spookums. It attempts to guide lost souls from the realm of the living to the afterlife. It enjoys revealing itself to humans in an effort to spook them. As a ghost type, it is weak to dark, ghost, light, psychic. It is resistant to basic fighting poison, and yeah. Let's see, repellent. Monster is immune to status effects inflicted by other monsters, or cursed, which is, yeah, okay, repellent, obviously, please. Pretty obvious choice there. And when we're like this, we kind of go like this. I love how he has double team. It's really cool. Literally just, but your idle animation should just be like a spin around with the little hatchet you have or whatever, if I'm thinking correctly, but I don't know if you can use it or not, seeing as the game is updated or not, which, judging by how long it's taking for you to actually do anything, no, you cannot. So level 40, we can turn to Scarams, so let's go and do that. And now we turn to a much scarier one with a scythe with one eye on it, 2 hands, leather, and we're also red. Very scary. So with this, we're much scarier, and we're also running at them with our hand out like, you come with me. So yeah, this Etherian's relatively scary, but the design's like overall pretty basic. So I'm like, you know. And then after that is Hunub, who's another, like, whatever Etherian. It releases excess honey fed to it through its tear ducts. Insects are attracted as a result, which Hunub consumes as an essential source of protein. It is the basic type, which is weak to fighting and resists ghosts, and has sticky as its ability. And I do not think that it evolves. Oh, it does. So this is Hunub. It's just kind of a little honey bee type thing, kind of like Winnie the Pooh out here, honestly. Doesn't look like it's gonna have an idle animation. At level 30, you evolve into Ursweet instead of Ursa Ring, honestly, which is just a bigger version of it, if anything, where it has that little like honey thing that bee from the Honey Nut Cheerios commercial has. And yeah, that's just it. It's just like licking it, I guess. So yeah, there's Hunub. Like, I don't really like Hunub. And then we're finally moving down the chart, so we've got T up next. So it can telekinetically control any fine china, but prefers plates and saucers. The herbs that feeds on gives it an aromatic scent. Weaknesses: dark, light, psychic, resistant to basic fighting, ghost, poison, and you got savory steam. Smoky attacks last longer, or timid. Probably give you timid, to be honest, but whatever. I'll see if you even have any smoky attacks. So T-Up is just a teacup, but he's very cute, so that's good in my book. So let's see if we can get outside or under some light or something. So okay, there's outside. So like smoke screen would probably last longer, and that's like good for just blinding your opponent. So yeah, this is T-Up. Is your idle animation anything, or do you have an idle animation? Like what you got going on, T-Up? What's going on with you, huh? Got anything going on down there? No? It's tough. Then we can evolve into Kettlert, which is just a kettle instead of a teacup. Oh god. Fair enough. Kettlert is just a kettle instead of a teacup, where we're kind of hiding inside of said kettle. We pop out and look around like, hey, is anybody around? I don't see anybody. No? Okay. And then we change one more time into Pop Brawler at level 46, which is pretty cool. I like Pop Brawler. Look at him, bro. Teacup armored. He will mess you up. Look at him. He is ready to go. Don't ask what this thing kicking out of him is. Ooh, Maggie, that's rare. But yeah, Pop Brawler is pretty cool, so that's awesome. Next up is Feral. Oh, Feral, you're annoying. Revered by ancient civilization, its staff is said to control the hidden power of the desert. It was said to perform miracles such as purifying water, ending plagues, and deterring locust swarms. It's a Terra light type. It has weakness to grass, cosmic, dark, fighting, ice, metal, and water. It is resistant to electric, basic, dragon, and fire, ghost, light, poison, wind. It has drowsy and repellent, so give you repellent probably. But I want to see what fortune is, so. Oh wait, let's go ahead and use Feral, who's just a feral cat. So let's see if we got an idle animation or not. Oh, your staff has a little paw, isn't that funny? Doesn't Doesn't look like you have an idle animation right now. That stinks. Probably like swing around your staff or something. But in order to evolve, you need to get to level 45 and an Oinkoin, so that's pretty annoying. That's why this was an annoying one to get. But once we do that, we'll evolve into this thing. Looks more like an inanimate object if you ask me, but who am I to judge? So with this, we kind of are just like one of those cat machines, but whatever. So you walk around holding up the coin like this. Like, honestly, you look like an inanimate object, so it's really, really weird. But next up is Avian, who's also one of my more favorite ones. So Avian its body isn't affected by the planet's gravitational pull, allowing Avian to hover above the ground. They can be seen flocking extremely high in the atmosphere, yet seem unaffected by the lack of sufficient oxygen. Weaknesses: Cosmic, Dark, Electric, Light, Poison, and Psychic. Resistances: Terra, Fighting, Bug, and Wind. Extraterrestrial: come from this world. Attacks against it have an increased chance of very damage. And Worldly Anesthesia. Okay. We're going to use Avian, who is just a Psychic Duck. He probably won't have any idle animation because he's already like in an idle animation. So I'm just going to mutate right away into Malteon at level 51. Just like so. Where we are just even floatier, even scarier alien dog. Like, this is how they would describe aliens back in the day. Like, oh, they're glowing eyes, they got rings under them to fly, you know, they're here to, they got a secret alien sigil on their chest, or however you pronounce sigil, I don't know. And yeah, they're just here to take over the world. Like, ugh. And then next up is Florafluff, who is very, oh god, this thing. Its tiny wings beat constantly and tirelessly to keep its body in the air. Florafluff's fluffy fur aids in the pollination of flowers, collecting and spreading pollen as it feeds on their nectar. It is a grass wind type that is weak to ice, poison, fire, and wind, that resists terra, fighting, grass, light, or water, and it has blossom cover. It takes less damage from fire, but more damage from grass type attacks, so that's decent, I guess, since it is weak to fire. So we'll take that, I guess. And yeah, Florafluff doesn't evolve, so this is, okay. And yeah, you shouldn't have an idle animation, so yeah, you are just kind of here. So there's Florafluff, just a cute little fairy. So let's see who's after Florafluff. Oh, Chamber. Chamber also doesn't evolve. Legend has it that Chamber is the living manifestation of the many souls that previously inhabited an icy prison. Its slow-moving body maintains a constant temperature of -100 Fahrenheit, and its touch can induce instant and painful frostbite. It's an ice metal type that is weak to fighting, fire, and terra, but resists ice, basic, cosmic, dragon, poison, grass, and wind. It is icy gaze and heavy hitter. I'm gonna go with heavy hitter probably. High power physical moves. Oh, high power? I don't know if it's high power then, but whatever. Alright, so here's Chamber, who's a big, giant, scary ice prison type boy. So let's see what he does for his idle animation if he has one. Which would probably be something with those little cage on his head, I guess. I don't know what he would do with it. Like maybe like open it or something, kind of like Topic from Ben 10. I don't know, bro. What you got? Nothing? That's tough. Alright, moving on. Who's after Chamber is... Oh, Lytic. Okay, you're kind of cool, I guess. So, it hoards sharp items in its den. It attempts to choose one to serve as a weapon, but due to its inexperience, it tends to lose grip before it can attack. It's a basic dark type that is weak to fighting, bug, and light, and it resists ghost, cosmic, dark, and psychic. It has defensive stat that takes less damage from punches. Alright, so we are just a little wolf, basically. Do you have an idle stance? It's just looking left to right. Then we'll mutate into Prowlix at level 35. Just like so, where we have a knife in our mouth. So we're like Zashi, and then we just look left to right again. Then we evolve into Miskrillix at level 65, like so, where we have 2 knives in our mouth. We're the mega evolution of Zacian. We're just so much better than him. We're dual wielding out here. And it looks like we do not have an idle animation for us, because now we don't even need to look left to right. We can just run around and we'll stab something, you know? That's how it goes around here, right? Right. Honestly. And the next step is Cremotar, so we're going to go ahead and use you. Cremotar wanders the desert, leaving behind burnt, blackened sand in the shape of its feet. One can hold up to 80% of its body weight in hot magma. Weaknesses: water, cosmic, fighting, and terra. Resistances: electric, fire, basic, bug, and poison. And you have flame shield, so we're going to go ahead and use you. So Cremotar is just this little miner type fire thing, I guess. And do you have an idle animation? Probably something to do with that hat, honestly. Oh, just look at your hand? Okay. Then we evolve into Outlandon, level 50, which is just a bigger version of him, to be honest. But to be fair, that's really what evolution is, just bigger version of someone or something. And yeah, let's see what he gets an idle animation of. No? Oh, he points the can at you and shakes his head like, that's just how it is sometimes, you know? And we got Lucifly, who's pretty cool. It vigilantly guards its snowy territory and will mercilessly attack those it perceives as intruders. Its headbutts can launch any opponent off the ground, no matter their size or weight. It's an ice dark type that is weak to fighting, bug, fire, light, metal, or terra. It resists cosmic, dark, ghost, ice, psychic, and water, and it has bloodlust, so it's pretty good. And you remind me of a Wendigo, so that's why I like you quite a bit. You have Headbutt, Bite, Ice Fang, and Ice Punch for me, but your idle animation seems to just be looking left to right, or is that it? Or is it your claws? Yeah, it's just looking left to right, but I like you, but unfortunately you're not that great, so that stinks. But next up is Solarine. Let's see. Solarine is rarely seen eating as it prefers to slowly absorb the solar energy stored between its antlers. At day, it can be seen standing atop rocks with its head facing upward, slowly trapping the sun's rays. It's a light grass type that is weak to bug, dark, fire, ice, poison, wind, that is resistant to electric, light, dragon, ghost, terra, and water. It has blossom cover and solar absorption, so solar absorption is kind of an interesting ability. This is how Solarine looks. There's nothing too spectacular about Solarine. He's just kind of a deer with light in between his antlers, and yeah, there's nothing too great about him. His idle animation is looking to the left and then shaking his head, I guess. Okay. Next up after that is going to be Minart, who is, oh god, tied up. The wrapping around its head leaves it blinded, so it relies on sensing vibrations in order to detect disturbances in the water. Minart's nose is still rather dull, so instead of attempting to wound enemies, it incapacitates them by aiming for their eyes. It is a water type that is weak to electric, grass, and poison. It resists fire, ice, metal, and water. It is Vapor Guard and Water Cycle. Okay. Ooh, Water Cycle's kind of interesting. So let's use you. We'll spawn underneath the water, just like that. I'd actually like to go up on the Wonderland. Okay, so Minart, let's see if you have an idle animation for starters. So far, nothing, but I mean, the fish itself looks pretty cool, but the fact that he's covering his eyes is kind of like weird. But let's see. At level 27, he mutates into Sparish, as in perish, where he finally, we can see his eyes, and he has a spear now tied up in front, so that's pretty cool. And it looks like he still doesn't have an idle animation though, unfortunately, so we're gonna go ahead and mutate again to Harfin, level 53, which, oh wow, look at that, we're just within the reaching distance. So now he's this giant thing, which is very similar to a harpoon. He looks much more threatening now and much more cooler, so I like this guy quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and go into the next one, which is Kosai. This little bat boy is very cute. Lacking visual sensory organs, it flaps around dark caves unaware of its surroundings. It licks surfaces with its tongue in order to find out about the area it's in. If it licks something unpleasant, it alerts the rest of its swarm and they fly off in search of a more suitable cave. It is a dark wind type. Electric, ice, light, resistance is terra, cosmic, dark, ghost, psychic, and it has blinded. So let's go ahead and play with you. And let's go ahead and just find like something light, so like right here is fine. And our idle animation is probably just going to be this little flying animation we have right here. And yeah, that's what it looks like. But he's a very cute little bat, so now we're going to evolve. Not right now. Oh, we need to do it fast. Kotsuki, level 37 at nighttime. It looks like that. Mutate. Because we can do it only during the night, so this is a really good timing for us actually, where we look like this, kind of like a derpy little bat with our wings. So this is cool, and I'm actually going to use the fly move. So okay, so we're kind of just look like, okay, that's whatever, I guess. I was expecting something cooler with like a flying animation, but I guess I expected too much. So that's Kosai. Next up is going to be Evelyn. So let's go and do this. Despite being made of pure iron, its mostly hollow body can match the speed of a locomotive when it has consumed enough fuel. Evelyn are rather easy to track down as they tend to leave a patch of salt behind them. Metal, fire, terra, water, fighting are its weaknesses. It resists grass, ice, metal, basic, bug, cosmic, dragon, and poison. Over exhaust, harden, and fiery spirit. So, I'm gonna give you maybe harden, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if you have anything that causes burn anyway. So Evelyn just looks like this. Small little cool boy. He's got the smoke coming out of his back, and that's probably what he's gonna get for his idle animation, to be honest. Maybe the tin thing goes up, but let's go ahead and mutate to Stolen, which is this cool little furnace type demon. Right? See this going? Yeah, this guy's pretty cute, right? He's got his little tail. He's got two little burner things on top, and yeah, his little oven thing comes open and closes it. Now we're gonna mutate again into Golvin, I think I say. Sorry, I pronounced it. Oh god, no, I'm leaving. And now it looks like this. So, oh god, it's closed. Ugh. As you see here, he's got 4 things. I'm gonna try and get my own animation fast before that person kills me. Ugh. Do something. Okay, you don't do anything, but this is cool. I like Evelyn quite a bit, as you can see by its level 100, but it also doesn't have a moveset. Its oven does come open, and that closes. Goodbye, Will with Spirit. And then after Evelyn is Rabini, who is pretty easy to get, actually. Due to its inexperience as a magician, its wand runs out of mana quickly. Rabini counteracts this by staying within its magical top hat, giving it a constant supply of mystic energy. So let's go to play with Rabini. Rabini's just this little rabbit in a magical hat, you know, tippy-tappy and all that good stuff. Let me see if you have an idle animation, which it looks like you do not. So I'm going to mutate into Rabishin at level 26. Just like so. As you see here, we're now Reposition. Maybe the idle animation is that ear twitch, actually. So going to mutate again to Alkhair at level 52. Just like this. As you see now, we're a little bit scarier now. And we got 2 wands and a big fluffy tail. Crazy. So that's pretty insane. Next up after that is going to be Tadbull, who is another one of my favorites. So hatched in a protected bowl, it keeps its skin hydrated by oozing a warm broth. Due to their tendency to stray too far from their nest, they leave behind a trail of noodles to follow back home in case they become lost. It is a water cosmic type. It is weak to cosmic, dark, electric, grass, light, poison, psychic, and is resistant to ice, fighting, fire, metal, terra, water, and wind. It has savory, steam, and water cycles. So let's go and play with you. Oh, we spawned over here now, huh? Interesting. Oh, we've got a big noodle coming out of the back now. Isn't that cute? So, our idle animation. Let's see if we have one or not. Come on. Any day now. Nothing? Okay. We're going to evolve into Ramphibian, level 40. Which is just this giant, like, literally every anime's ramen store owner. Who's just a very jolly, happy person that you'd love to have as like your grandpa or something. And yeah, he's cool. We like him. Next up after that is going to be Chromite, who is... It lies the entrance of the cave it inhabits with sharp quills to discourage entry. Chromite can typically be seen on the ceilings of caves, blending in with groups of stalactites and dropping its quills up onto the heads of intruders. It is a terra water type. It is weak to grass, cosmic, and fighting. Resistant to electric, fire, basic, and wind. It has robust trap. Spikes used by this monster last for twice as long as normal. And rugged threat. Spikes used by this monster deal 50% more damage than normal. So both those are really good. And actually surprisingly doesn't have an evolution, though you'd think it would, judging by how it looks. Because, like, this thing looks like it'd be primed for an evolution, so... Yeah, and no idle animation, obviously, because, you know, whatever. And after that is Carapinch, so I'm gonna go and do this. The stinger on its tail contains a paralyzing venom that incapacitates its prey. Carapinch deals with less intelligent threats by scaring them off with the fake eyes on its claws, and its hard exoskeleton acts as an armor to fend off strikes from predators. It is a poison type, so it is weak to psychic and terror. It resists bug, fighting, grass, and poison. It has timid and potent venom. So let's go ahead and play. And you do not have an evolution, though, again, another one that looks prime for evolution. It's very cute, though, again, it's supposed to look scary with those eyes on its claws. And it does not look like you have an idle animation either, so I will be seeing you later, Carapinch. After Carapinch is Edgehog, so I believe you have evolutions. While its sharp claws have limited use in combat, it prefers using them to dig out dens to inhabit. Edgehog's primary form of defense is curling up into a ball and fending off enemies with its spine-covered back. It is a dark type, so it is weak to bug, fighting, and light. It resists cosmic, dark, ghosts, and psychic. It is bloodlust, so let's go ahead and play. And sure enough, you have a mutation. This is how Edgehog looks, kind of runs at you like that. His idle animation is getting down all fours and sniffing around and going his head to the side. And he evolves into Hedgelord as an Edgelord. Where he looks like this, very similar to your homie Shadow. And his idle animation is adjusting his glasses. And his glasses are very similar to that character from Gurren Lagann. So I'm going to go and change into a new one, which is Daladoodle, I believe is how I say it. So Daladoodle can change the colors on its fur coat to create an entire wardrobe out of different patterns, while a dazzling sight, it can also use the patterns on its coat to confuse and stun enemies that gaze upon it. Psychic Light, it is weak to Dark, Bug, Cosmic Grass. It is resistant to Dragon, Electric, Fighting, Light, and Psychic. It is flashy, causing confusion to last longer. Okay. Cool ability. And Daladoodle just looks like this. And your idle animation is probably like moving your hair back or something, honestly, if you'd have one. Probably just something sassy like that is what I imagine. So let's go ahead and change this into something different now. Let's go ahead and pick Kitsakura. And let's see. Its tail bud occasionally shines due to the light it stores within it. When it absorbs more light, the bud slowly begins to bloom, a sign that Kitsakura is close to mutating. It is a light psychic type that is weak to Dark, Bug, Cosmic Grass. It is resistant to Dragon, Electric, Fighting, Light, and Psychic. And its ability is Blossom Cover. So we're going to use you. And let's see if you have an idle animation or not. You got your own shrine and everything, huh? Wow. Just like a true yokai. No idle animation, I'm assuming. So we're going to mutate into... Oh, we got a... Okay, so we got Izun Rose, which is during the day. Which looks like this. No idle animation, I'm assuming there either. So this is going to be annoying because that means I have to come back to you during the night. Yeah, it doesn't look like you have any idle animation either. And Azun Violet looks like this, and it's just a sadder version of the other one where its tail is all inside of itself and it's just a sadder, it's really just a sadder version of itself, which is pretty funny. So that's sad for it, but good for us, I guess. I don't know. Next up is Flyden. The flutter of its wings slightly distorts the space surrounding it. Seemingly defenseless, predators commonly attack Flyden only for it to warp just out of reach or teleport to a safe area. Weaknesses: Ice, Poison, Resistance is Terror, Bug, Fighting, Light, Metal. Is a Wind and Electric type. It has Stunning and Volt Up. So it's alright, I guess. And you're just kind of, idle animation is just kind of like easing in and out of resistance, and you evolve into Pixby. At level 41, and again, animation is just kind of phasing in and out of reality. So next up is Clover. It lurks in tall grass and hides in bushes, taking extreme care to make sure no harm comes to the four-leaf clover on its head. If pursued by a predator, Clover almost always evades the aggressor despite being outmatched or outsped, as if by pure luck. Grass. Weaknesses: Bug, Fire, Ice, Poison, Wind. Resistances: Electric, Grass, Light, Terra, Water. We got Fortune and Optimism. Nice. Okay. I'm going to use it. Okay, oh gosh. I'm gonna leave now. So let's see if you have an idle animation or not. Which I don't know if you will. Because probably won't, because you're just kind of sitting there all sad like. So we're gonna go ahead and mutate into Botanica. Which is a bigger four-leaf clover, and you got a four-leaf clover on your back, and in your tail, and on your head, and wow, you're just really lucky, huh? Lucky! So after that is going to be Elekitty. So Elekitty's fur constantly holds an electric charge, so those who touch it always receive a static shock. It's advised to keep your distance from one during a thunderstorm, as lightning always seems to strike it no matter the location. It's an electric type that is only weak to terror and has resistances to electric, light, and metal. It has Expense and Pessimism. Oh, I see. So those abilities counteract each other. Interesting. This is how it looks. It's a very cute little cap, but apparently always gets struck by freaking lightning, so that's scary. And we'll evolve into Tesline. I believe this one actually has, movesets, so just looks like a scarier cat, to be honest. So that's interesting. Alright, next up is going to be Wanderwood, which is just a scary little tree. It sustains itself by draining the life force of surrounding plants when it roots itself into the ground. Able to be mistaken as a normal tree, Wanderwood may attempt to drain the life force of the unwary individual that makes physical contact with it. It is a ghost grass type that is weak to bug, dark, fire, ghost, ice, psychic, and wind, that resists basic fighting, electric, grass, terra, and water. It is hardened and curse, so decent abilities, I suppose. And it does not have any mutations. So as you see here, it doesn't really have an idle animation. It's just going to be a tree that sits here. An idle animation that it could have could be rooting into the ground. So that could be good, I guess. But for now, it's just kind of here. So that's great. That's interesting, I suppose. All right, and next up after that is going to be Amnity. So let's see here. The liquid secreted from its legs allow it to walk across water due to its liquid repelling properties. Amnity generates ripples in the water and uses them to locate unseen predators and prey hiding below the surface. So, okay. Is a bug water type that is weak to electric and poison. It resists dark, metal, and water. It has undersize, attacks against shorter opponents deal more damage, and stride. Okay. Undersize though, but isn't this a small one? Yeah, this is a small one. Why does this have undersize? Maybe its evolution is gonna be bigger. So let's get up here. See if you have an idle animation. It's very cute, but yeah, okay. Evolves into Hyd-dra, level 35. And, okay, yeah, you turn to a giant, like, very similar to, the evolution of Hyd-dra. So, that's okay, that's pretty cool. But, let's see what's next on the list is going to be Magmarva. Okay, this one's an interesting boy. It secretes a flaming silk from its mouth that chars the ground around it and burns most Etherians that attempt to touch it. Magmarva uses the silk to create a flaming nest which keeps it warm while also deterring potential predators. It's a fire bug type that is weak to terra, water, wind, that resists grass, bug, dark, and metal. It has fiery spirit and fiery gaze, so burns increase, and yeah. Okay. And let's go ahead and see if you have an idle animation, which is really just looking around. Then you evolve into Papagma. And he sits here and just kind of rolls around. Nothing too crazy about him. Then he evolves into Stingferno, which is the real reason why I got this guy. It's from that Stingferno nest. And he is just a giant flaming wasp. So that's just great. Isn't that annoying? Flaming wasp, as if wasps weren't terrible enough. And then we've got Terravia. Its large body is a result of its storing plant seeds within itself, which it can then spit out to grow its own food supply. If desperate, it will mess with people by consuming their personal belongings, only regurgitating them if food is given to it in return. It is the basic type that is weak to fighting and resists ghost type. It has timid and nourishment. Oh wow, nourishment's a lot better. Give me that. I want nourishment. Oh, I have nourishment. Okay. I was like, that is much better. Okay, so here's Terrabi. Do you have an idle animation? It's probably just that little up and down. We got Tanukama. Evolution. Tanukama. Which is, oh my goodness, you're very cute. Oh, look at you. Oh, you got a scythe in your tail. Never mind. Oh, geez. He's going to cut me in half. Oh, very cute. I like Terrabi much. And then now we got Chachik. Alright, they are able to survive in extremely dry deserts by storing water within its tail. Though it's a young and defenseless chick, its spine-covered body wards off monsters that try to prey on it. It is a wind grass type that is weak to ice, poison, fire, and wind. There is this terra, fighting, grass, light, and water. It is hardened and blossom cover. So that's pretty good. And your idle animation is probably just that little flying thing, so it's evolving to Hawktus. Right away, let's get straight into it. And yours is probably just that little flying, but it looks like you're also opening your beak like mah, mah, mah. Alrighty. So next up after Cockchick is going to be Egglet. It slams its body into many hard objects in an attempt to crack open its egg, which won't be ready to shatter until it matures further. While waiting to hatch, it prepares for flight by flying from high areas, being protected from the impact of the fall by its eggshell. It is a wind basic type that is weak to electric, ice, poison, and resistant to ghost, terra, and bug, that has shelter shield and hardened. So those are both really good for staying alive. Let's go ahead and, oh, my body, no. And your idle animation's probably non-existent then. You're probably just like a normal egg, I'm assuming, so I'm just gonna mutate right away into Scrambird. Just like so. Oh goodness. Your idle animation looks like it's just looking left to right. Where'd you get those glasses, buddy? And then you evolve into Tori egg. Tori egg, yo, Tori no me. And you're a much angrier bird now. You're like that boss from Cuphead, which is pretty crazy. Except for the mohawk, I guess, but...
What?
Yeah, okay. Next up after Egglet is going to be Vampiro. So, it wraps its insulating wings around itself to trap heat near its body. Vampiro regulates its body temperature by releasing excess heat in the form of an attack when threatened. It is weak to fighting, light, terra, water, wind, and is resistant to cosmic, dark, fire, ghost, grass, ice, metal, psychic. It has flame shield and life sap. Ooh, that's pretty good. So Vampiro is just a flaming bat, I suppose. So he doesn't have an idle animation, I'm assuming, because none of these guys have really had idle animation. So we're gonna go ahead and evolve into Nosferno right off the bat, where looks like our kind of unwrap ourselves from our cloak and show more. So alright, and it looks like our idle animation is just kind of like miniature jumping jacks, and then we evolve into Alucard. It's a reference to Alucard, I suppose, like Dracula. And now we're kind of much bigger, scarier, really big vampire type thing. Okay. And then lastly, we got Gordozi, who is, it frequently sheds parts of its body which are edible and highly delicious. However, pieces of Gordozi will become rancid and emit a foul odor after a while, which is why it keeps away other Etherians by stockpiling these shed parts in its home. Weaknesses: fighting and resistance to ghost because it's basic type. It's got savory, steam, and nourishment, so I'll give you nourishment because that's better. And then we are just a cheese block. Isn't it special? I think I used to have a mustache, but I guess it's gone now. I guess I gotta earn that back by evolving to Formoda. Just like this. Now, we still don't have our mustache. No. I thought I had another evolution too, but I guess this is it. And again, no real, like, animation or anything, so that stinks. Let's go ahead and see what's next. After that is going to be Maripossum, so go and do this. The beating of its wings causes the ground below to tremble, unleashing small tremors that it uses to subdue its enemies. There are tales of Maripossum appearing to travelers lost in the desert and leading them to an oasis that they can take refuge at. It is a Terra wind type that is weak to ice, cosmic, grass, metal, and water. It is resistant to Terra, electric, basic, bug, fire, and wind. That is timid, over exhaust, and barrage. So let's go ahead and use play. And this is just what it looks like. It doesn't have an evolution, and its idle animation is just that. So nothing too special about you. After you is Cacti Kid. So, they constantly roughhouse with other Cacti Kid, practicing their tackles, punches, and other fighting techniques. The winner is determined by whoever is knocked out of their pot first. So, alright, you are a grass fighting type that is weak to bug, fighting, fire, ice, poison, psychic, wind, that is resistant to dark, electric, grass, light, metal, terra, and water. You have hardened and defensive stance, so defensive stance would probably be the better choice, but I'm just gonna wait. So here's Cacti Kid. His idle animation is probably just going left to right like that. So next up is Cactador, because he can turn to a Luador, whatever that's called. I don't know how to actually say it right now. He's kind of like this, kind of like growing up a little bit, you know, pursuing that career. And then finally turns to a Cacti Libre at level 50. Like this. And you can really see that he's finally grown out of the pot and is now a real man. So that's pretty cool. He's actually a moveset from me. After that is going to be Braybug. So let's see here. The bottom of its hooves are extremely adhesive, allowing it to stick to any surface and climb up walls. This and the fact that it only needs to be fed grass makes Braybug a popular Etherian for hauling goods over long distances of uneven terrain and even mountain ranges. It is a bug basic type that is weak to fighting, fire, ice, resistant to ghost, dark, and grass, and it has sticky, so okay. Let's go ahead and see here. Raybug is just, you know, just a little, like, mule type thing. I'm gonna go and mutate into Oinkoin. Turns into, like, a cocoon, so I'm assuming it's bug, kind of waving back left to right. And then evolves into mule again, which is like a butterfly mule type thing. Okay, interesting, but we look elegant, so that's all that really matters. We're a unicorn now, crazy. Alright, next up after that is going to be first Fesquad. What is this? Fesquad move elegantly and perform different dances to communicate with others of its kind. When in combat, its movements radiate a hypnotic aura which forces onlookers to focus on its dance before it promptly hits their target with a swift kick. It is a psychic fighting type that is weak to bug, cosmic ghost, and resistant to metal, and it has flashy for its only ability. And I don't think it has any mutations at all, and its idle animation is just looking at its feet and pecking its feet, so not very special in the slightest. After that is Voltage, who is their speed of flight is dependent on how much electricity they've absorbed. Flocks of them take to the skies on stormy nights to feed on electricity stored within the clouds. They're weak to terror, resistant to electric, light, and metal. They have stunning and amp up, so okay. Alright, let's see how many mutations you have, because you should definitely evolve. Yep, and you're flying in. Your idle animation is just that, so let's go ahead and evolve into Galvin. Okay, that looks cool. And your idle animation is just that, and that's just the one mutation, so, you know, nothing too crazy here, but still really cool nonetheless. And then after that is going to be Silopus, so let's go ahead and go to skins, take that off. And Silopus is able to transfer its physical sensations to those who make eye contact with it. It spins rapidly while using this ability to cause dizziness and nausea in potential predators, then swims away unhindered using its whiskers to maintain balance. Is weak to bug, cosmic, dark, electric, ghost, grass, and poison. Resistant to fighting, fire, ice, metal, psychic, and water because it is a water psychic type. And it has flashy and dizzying. So, okay, give you dizzying. That just seems like the better ability for now. Oh god. Oh, I'm at the bottom of the ocean. Blood. So this is our idle animation. We're just kind of floating up like this, and we don't have any mutations or anything, so that's it. Very cool. And then after that is Crunch. Just a black hole shark, I'm pretty sure. It tears violently at anything it can fit in its mouth, be it drifting debris or another Etherian. Any shreds left undevoured are sucked up by the black hole on its tail, which leads to its stomach. It is a cosmic type that is weak to cosmic, dark, light, and psychic, and it resists fighting, ice, terror, and wind. It is extraterrestrial or event horizon. Oof. Okay. And let's see here, our animation is just kind of this, you know, sitting around doing nothing. Then we evolve into Bascurus, where we're just kind of a bigger variant of ourselves, you know, moving a little bit more with our tail and our black hole. And we can kind of see more that our mouth is more of a black hole. We kind of chomp it down. And then we have a little spasm. Okay. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and go on to the next one, which is Duram. Its lone horn is used for fighting off attackers and battling with other Duram for fun. Fossilized horns found deep underground led many to believe that this Etherian has roamed Alcha since ancient times. It is a Terror type that is weak to cosmic, fighting, grass, ice, metal, and water, and is resistant to electric, basic, fire, poison, wind, as Bloodlust, and Heavy Hitter. This is how Duram looks. Doesn't really have an idle animation that we know of for now because of the updates and whatnot, so we're just going to go ahead and mutate right away into Ramprant, which is at level 26. He's kind of like a bulldozer type thing. He's got the head armor and everything. His next evolution, I believe, is going to remind me of Greymon. Yeah, Savaguar. He looks so much like Greymon, dude. Look at this man. Tell me he doesn't look like stinking Greymon. But his animation is just smacking his tail on the ground, so he's pretty cool. I like him. And I gave him a moveset, I'm pretty sure. And then we've got Snick. So, Snick is an interesting one. Snick are rarely seen alone in the wild, usually curled up under the protective wing of a Secton. Its long, sticky tongue allows it to feast on entire insect colonies, carefully navigating through their burrows in search of food. It is a bug type that is weak to fire and ice and resists dark and grass, and it has sticky. So, yeah. And Snake is just kind of this little sneaky little boy. So we don't really have too much of an idle animation here. So we're going to evolve right away into Sarian, which gets us another set of eyes. Okay. So, again, we don't really have too much to work with. We are really just a body. I guess our tail moves around a little bit, and then we'll evolve right away into Secton, which gets us another set of eyes, very useful, where we'll get wings and kind of stand upright like this, and our idle animation will be moving around our wings. So, that's pretty good. And then after that, I believe, is where we'll go into the legendary. So we're kind of really moving down into one of the 3 legendary titans. Fire Titan's wooden armor appears to have been damaged and worn down over time. However, approaching it is extremely dangerous due to its habit of uprooting large trees and using them as a club to eliminate threats. It is a grass metal type that is extremely weak to fire, bug, and fighting, and resists grass, basic, cosmic, dragon, electric, light, and metal, and it has hardened. So, okay. Click on Fire Titan, and he's just kind of here. He doesn't really have anything too crazy, just kind of moves his arm and moves his head, and really that's all there is for Fire Titan. So, and that's really what it's going to be for the other Titans too. Like Initiate Titan is going to be the same, really. One of the 3 legendary Titans, Initiate Titan, has been seen emerging from boiling pools of lava and appearing after volcanic eruptions. If challenged, it throws flaming punches that can leave both bruises and burns. It is a fire metal type that is completely weak to terra, water, and fighting. Resists grass, ice, metal, basic, cosmic, dragon, and poison, and has hardened. And then, as we see here, again, nothing too special, just kind of shinks that up and down. He kind of looks like Optimus Prime, nothing too crazy about him either. And the same can be said for the last of the 3 brothers, Atlan Titan, who we're going to go and do that. One of the 3 legendary titans, Atlan Titan, can be seen journeying through the darkest depths of the ocean. It has been observed scuba diving for up to weeks without coming up for air, and its hardened steel body is able to withstand the pressure of the deepest oceanic trenches. It is a water metal type that is weak to electric, fighting, terror, resists ice, metal, basic, cosmic, dragon, and wind, and has hardened. They all have hardened. And again, his idle animation is going to be kind of annoying to get, and also the fact that we're stuck under the water, no! And then again, he's not really going to have an idle animation. He's going to be just moving around looking for targets to shoot at for his idle animation. So, there's that. And then finally, you've got Umbris, or second to last anyway, who Umbris is really cool. Umbris lives most of its life in dark caves, only existing to feed on the sun's light. It spends its time conserving energy within its cavern, but will not hesitate to consume any unfortunate being that wanders too far into it. It is a dark dragon type, with its weaknesses being light, bug, dragon, fighting, and ice, and is resistant to cosmic, dark, electric, fire, ghost, grass, psychic, terror, and water, and has oblivion, and light and psychic types of moves are significantly weaker. Psychic, resist psychic. Okay, yeah, so that's fine. Fiery gaze, yeah, Oblivion's better. Then Umbris looks like this, just a big old scary dragon. And the spooky skin for it is really good. I like it quite a bit, but its animation is just flapping and swings like that, and that's all Umbris has. And then the last Etherian finally being Magu, so go here. An extreme nuisance, Magu loves hiding the prized possessions of others within its hat. Once it's had enough fun, it will magically make the item reappear on their person. Dark type. Weaknesses are bug, fighting, light. Resistances are cosmic, dark, ghost, and psychic. It has magician's hat. Monster cannot be confused. Time to set this monster to sleep, confuse the opponent, and hover, which allows you to avoid terror type attacks. But that's like, I shouldn't give him that. I should give him magician's hat. So we'll give him that instead, because Terra is just neutral to him. And we get sent to the twin dimension for this. So his idle animation is taking his hat off and scratching it. And then we evolve into Magessi at level 30. Just like this. Magishi, whatever. And now he's like this. And his idle animation is just kind of like tipping his hat and then doing this little dance. I'm pretty sure that's Rockefeller Street or something. And he does that little pose. And then at level 65, we'll evolve into Magusa. Maguki? I don't know. But he looks a lot like that one Kirby boss. What's his name? Maglor? I think it's Maglor, but he looks a lot like that, so this is really cool. I think he also has an idle animation, but I'll only wait for a little bit because this is the last one. We've been here for a long time, so yeah. And with that, though, that is every single Etherian in all Monsters of Etheria. So as always, I hope you all like the game. If you have the game, like, comment, subscribe. As always, I will see you all in the next video.